What's up, everybody? Josh Armijo here. I hope everybody's doing good and well and stuff. I got an album review to do for you, and I'm going to show it to you right now. This is the debut album from the band Cranial Engorgement, entitled Horrific Existence. This is released on Gore House Productions. Now, if you're not too familiar with this band, they are based out of Pomona, California, and the best way to describe the sound of this band would be a very traditional, perverse, groovy style of brutal death metal. Yeah. This band came out with a demo back in 2014 entitled Prelude to Horror. And from what I heard of that release, I could tell that this was a band that really fine-tuned themselves in making natural-sounding music. From the drum style, to the vocals, to the lyrics, to the presentation, this was one of those brutal death metal bands that really seem to get a lot of influence from many differing musical styles of death metal. West Coast, East Coast death metal, just a lot of really awesome influences on those particular songs. And now all of that influence has led into their debut full-length entitled Horrific Existence. It's 11 tracks, and it clocks in at around 39 minutes in length, and pretty much after giving this album a lot of listens, I've come to realize that this band has a really good amount of potential going for them. When it comes to how they handle their music, to the way everything sounds, there's just a lot of good charismatic value to come from a band like this. And one thing that really stands out to me about this particular album is the riffs. There are lots and lots of creative riffs being done here throughout this album. Very groovy, very chunky, very awesome sounding guitar riffs. You hear it on tracks like Dawn of the Final Day, Slithering Savior, I Am God. I'm just really impressed by by the tone of this guitar. It's very, very crushing. I love the way that it sounds, and it definitely makes this album feel like a really traditional sounding brutal death metal album. Just a lot of fun listening to these riffs maintain the pace of a record like this. It's really awesome. I love the way the bass guitar sounds too. There's a little bit of a technical sort of thing going on with the bass, like going back to the track Dawn of the Final Day, you hear the little moments on the song where the bass guitar shines on its own, and it really adds that extra element of awesomeness to what that song is going on. But the rest of the bass tone throughout this entire record really sounds awesome. Really gives a lot of vibrant feelings to a release like this, and I think it's really awesome. Going back to the more groovier elements of this album, it's just really fun to listen to. The drum work on here sounds really awesome too. A lot of great blasts, I sense a little bit of gravities here and there. Just a very quick-witted and very smart sort of drum performance. The fast moments sound good. The more mid-paced to slower parts sound really awesome. I really enjoy this drum performance a lot. It has a great pace, especially for the more instrumental sort of tracks that you hear throughout certain moments of this record, like on the intro and on the track In Loving Memory. Just a really awesome drum performance being done on that track, but the drum performance is very steady and solid throughout. And vocals are very good too, very low, very guttural, pretty much par of the course for a style like this. And I definitely think for the majority of this record, the vocal style is very entertaining, very guttural, very nasty sounding. There's even a guest vocal on the song Molded by Cruelty. I believe John from Dying Fetus does some vocal parts on there. You can easily recognize his vocal style on there. I would say that band has a very big influence on a project like this, and it's pretty cool to hear John from Dying Fetus get involved in that particular song. But as far as the rest of this album goes, the vocals are really awesome. Lyrics are pretty over the top and crazy too. That's what makes a release like this all the more fun and entertaining. So yeah, overall, very impressive debut. If you're into really groove-laden, awesome brutal death metal, Cranial Engorgement have something very impressive going on here, and I'm looking forward to hearing better things from them in the future. So, if I had to pick any favorite tracks, I would definitely have to say Dawn of the Final Day, Conceived into Suffering, Slithering Savior, Molded by Cruelty, and the title track off of this album, Horrific Existence. Very solid stuff. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave you some links in the description box as to how you can get a hold of this album and listen to it. I will leave you a link to the Gore House Productions Bandcamp page where you can stream this album in its entirety, hear it for yourself, and be your own judges to whether you think it's worthy of being purchased or not. You can stream it digitally, and it's available as a CD, Very good quality here. I believe Parl Olofsson did the artwork for this. Very good quality stuff, and I believe there's also merchandise options available if you want to get like a shirt or something. I believe that stuff is available to get. So, let me show you the album again. This is Horrific Existence by Cranial Engorgement. This is released on Gore House Productions. Go check this out, and for a score, I'm going to give this a very strong 8 out of 10. Very impressive debut if you're into nice and solid brutal death metal. So if you happen to have heard this album, definitely let me know what you think about it and how you feel about it. Or any of you guys into Cranial Engorgement, let me know. I'm going to conclude this review. Thanks a lot for watching. Thanks for checking out my channel. And until the next time, Army Hell out.